No! God, please, no! 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 No!
5 minutes later.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Hey guys, it's Chris Dex. So in today's video, we will be talking about Breaking Point 3, the story mode on the new F125, as yesterday I managed to finish it on stream. I'm just going to be going through my opinions on the gameplay and the actual story itself, but before we get into that, start of the video, you may have seen my live stream from last night actually got blocked this morning because Formula 1 management basically copyrights anything Formula 1 related, and apparently my gameplay was footage taken from Australia Free Practice 2. Luckily, after like 10 minutes, it got unblocked after I'd sent a dispute. But anyway, let's get into the video. So, over the last two live streams I've done, I completed the F125 story mode Breaking Point 3, where we finally got to see, before I say this, spoiler warning, if you don't want any spoilers in the story, click off the video now. But anyway, we finally get to see one of the Conesport drivers crowned world champion. That's already one good thing I like about this story mode, is that the driver you choose to drive as in some scenarios changes the story a bit. Obviously, you are able to make either Calimere world champion or Aiden Jackson. As well as that, they also didn't manage to make me dislike characters just by forcing them in. That's one critique I had about last year's story mode, or the last game's story mode, where we had Calimere. It kind of just seemed like she was forced in to be a female Formula 1 driver. In this story mode, she actually feels like she deserved to be there, and she actually brought something to the story. Obviously, Devon had a kind of villain role, but eventually became likable again. Davidoff was also a villain until in the story he passed away. We had both Casper Ackerman and Andrea O'Connor play the role of team principal. But then, my other critique, Aiden Jackson, I feel like ever since Breaking Point 2, he's kind of been sidelined from the story. There's not really been much focus on him. Considering that the story literally started with Aiden Jackson, it feels kind of odd as the last two story modes, they've kind of just focused on the Butler family. Luckily, you do obviously have the option to put some more focus on him, as you are able to choose who you drive in some chapters. But I really feel like they need to give him a bit more story, because we see him work so hard to get where he's at Conesport, just for him to kind of be sidelined. But overall, I definitely enjoyed the story a lot more than Breaking Point 2. Not so sure about Breaking Point 1, though. I would probably have to go replay that, which would mean digging out my old Xbox. But the actual story was definitely a lot more engaging. However, that's when we get to the gameplay. Now, with a story mode in a sports game, gameplay can be quite hard to think of new ideas. And that's where F125 story mode has a big issue. All of the objectives in the chapters and all the scenarios, they just feel like you've seen them before. It kind of feels like you're just waiting to get to the next cutscene, because all the objectives basically through most of the chapters are the same. 9 times out of 10, the objective was reach this certain position before the end of the race. Obviously with F1 it's very hard to actually make new objectives, because obviously it's very simple F1, you want to gain positions, you want to get faster and faster, you want to finish as high as possible. However, it definitely does make the gameplay of the story a lot more boring, and it kind of just felt like you were just waiting for it to finish. Another thing is that it felt easy again. Now yes, I know they added another difficulty level for the better players. Obviously, I can confidently say I am in the top 10% of F1 players. I mean, I just know that from the time trial leaderboards. However, even the newer, harder difficulty mode wasn't really that difficult. I find myself, with a few laps to go, my objective's complete and I'm just either gaining more positions or just making my gap to the car behind even bigger. Because although yes, the new difficulty does have obviously set AI ranges, but it still always felt like the AI were at the lower end of that range. And obviously, when the AI are at lower end of that range and you're just way faster than them, you don't really get the fun of racing the AI while completing the objectives. It kind of just feels like you're driving until something happens. if you're going to have the same objective for basically every single chapter, at least make the objective fun to achieve and a bit more difficult to achieve. Otherwise, there is not much point playing story mode other than just the story. As well as that, it would have been nice if we had a few more rewards for completing the story mode. You know, in previous years, we would unlock the Connor Sport livery, we would unlock the driver's helmets, their race suits. This year, what do you get for completing the story mode? Oh, you get a trophy, which no one actually looks at trophies in the game. Obviously, there's no need to have a Connor Sport livery for career mode, considering you can now drive for both the team in my team and drive a career mode. However, still, online, custom cars, you know, why not have a Connor Sport livery? But luckily, the story definitely does make up for majority of the Breaking Point's bad issues. I definitely enjoyed it quite a lot. I still think 2021 probably had a better story, but this is definitely an improvement from 2023. Other than that, I didn't really have any big issues with the story mode, other than with some objectives, when your objective is to defend your position, it doesn't really give you much chance to defend it. It's like, as soon as you get overtaken, you don't have a chance to maybe make a switchback or re-overtake the car you're trying to defend from. It just completely forces you to restart the mission. But anyway, other than that, no big issues, which is actually surprising from the F1 game for once. But I mean, I've already seen like 1 or 2 big funny bugs from the F1 game. I'm sure we will see a lot more with the game officially coming out tomorrow for all players who have purchased it. It's kind of funny that the only issue I've actually had with the game so far is not even from the game itself, it's just from YouTube giving me a copyright claim. But with all that being said, let me know if you've played the story mode, let me know your thoughts on it. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Do you prefer it to the other 2 story modes we've had? Make sure you like and subscribe, it really does help the channel out, and I absolutely love all of you guys that, you know, show up, watch the videos, pop in the stream. You guys are the best. But with all that being said, I've been Chris Dex, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.